Let's get going. Have one block handy at the back of your mat, just so that we can utilize it for a few things starting. Just have it close by so that you don't have to find it, have to sit up and grab it, later. And then bring your body into constructive rest. So feet wide, knees together. This is an internal rotation of the hips. And you can rest your arms in a soft cactus shape or a T shape out by your sides. Now the T shape is always going to be a little easier on the shoulders. A cactus shape is going to require a little more, not effort because you're not efforting, but you may notice more of a pull around the shoulder area if that's tight for you. Elbows a little bit lower than shoulders also helps us to let the shoulders soften and let go. Good. Let the lower back area come into some sense of release or heaviness. You may even need to lift your hips and kind of tuck your tailbone under a little bit to lengthen the lower back if you're particularly archy in that part of your body. And super simple, inhale, let your low belly rise. Pause for a moment like you're blowing out a candle. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale, feel your low belly rise. Pause for a moment like you're blowing out a candle. Exhale out of your mouth. Repeat that 2 more times. And then slowly turn your head from side to side to begin opening up the neck gently. Just a really easy, slow rotation of your neck side to side. Now, we're going to start to add the legs. So rotate your legs to the right when your head goes to the right. Center everything. And rotate your legs to the left as your head turns to the left. Just an easy windshield wiper back and forth as you rotate the neck. Now, some of you might prefer just moving side to side and having this sort of fluidity, and some of you may want to hang out on one side for a couple of breaths. And by couple, let's say 3 breaths, and then you would hang out on side 2 for 3 breaths. And it might be nice to go back to inhale, feel your low belly rise. Exhale out of your mouth like you're blowing out a candle. That's a specific breath pattern that literally stimulates the vagus nerve, which is the part of you that relates to your parasympathetic nervous system. So it helps to bring us into a more relaxed state. So 3 breaths if you're holding on each side, and then you'll meet me back in the middle in constructive rest. If you're still moving, you're still moving, and you'll meet me back in the middle in constructive rest. And then we're going to come into constructive rest arms. So right elbow on top of left, which can also always be eagle, which is just a slightly deeper stretch, but you can take eagle arms if you prefer. And again, if you're here today to rest and really restore, stay in the pose with the stretch. If you want a little more activity, come up off of your shoulder blades, wiggle around side to side, just so you're really clearly off your shoulder blades, and slow pulses in the middle. And take those pulses slightly to the left. And back to the middle again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. Move your head side to side. It might feel like it needs a little bit of release after that. Open your arms. Constructive rest arms. Left elbow on top of right or full eagle. Totally hanging out here. Nice, easy pose. Stretching the shoulders and letting the hips soften. The end of your psoas at the top of the thigh. Or more activity, come up off your shoulder blades. You might roll side to side and make sure you're really up off the shoulder blades, good Frank, and pulse it out. 8, nice and high. Stay high. Try not to go backwards, just go forwards. Good. And to your right, pulse 8. Nice choices. Good, Stevie. That's it. And to your center, last 8. 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything comes back down. Grab your block. Take it the smallest way between your legs. And I would say, not at your knees, but not all the way up either. Just somewhere in the middle of your thighs that feels as comfortable as the block can feel. Squeeze the block lightly as you inhale, reach your arms. As you exhale, draw both knees towards your chest. As you inhale, you're tapping your feet down and you're reaching your arms. Good, Barbette. And as you exhale, knees to chest. So this first variation is pretty simple. You can make it even more challenging by tapping your toes first when you come down and then lightly flexing your heels when you lift. So just the toes tap down and then your heels. And then a little flex of your ankles as you come in. So this is option A. You can always add a head lift if you need that. Option B, reach your legs out. But when you reach your legs out, I want you to turn and roll your thighs in today. Come back in. If you're doing the reaching out variation with your legs straight, turn your thighs in so that we're activating and working internal rotation. We're strengthening the hips and internal rotation, which often has a nice benefit to the lower back. Now remember, easier if you don't let your feet come too close to the floor. Harder the lower you let your feet come to the floor. I'm talking about the long leg variation. Okay, if you're doing the 2-knee variation, it's just simple, 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 simple. Good. That's it. Good, David. That's it. Nice and easy. Make it harder if you need to make it harder. Those you really want to dial it up. Hold your legs out, lift your upper body, turn your thighs in and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Turn your thighs in, 2, 1, and nice shosh. Everything back down. Keep the block. Hands down by your hips. Walk your shoulder blades underneath you. Inhale, lift up, bridge pose. Exhale, lower. We're going to move before we hold. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Super simple. Lift up and down. If you want to make it more challenging, lift your hips and your heels, lower your hips. This gives us a little bit more calf work. Top of the shoulders are rolling back. Collarbones are broad. We did that a lot on Friday. So wide through the chest by reaching collarbones. I think on Friday I said inner armpits are reaching away from you. The back of your armpits, the ones closer to the floor in this situation, are hugging into you. The front of your armpit is reaching away from you. The back of your armpit closer to the floor is reaching into you. 2 more. We hold at the top, heels down easier, heels lifted harder. Roll your shoulders back. If you're ready for a little bit more, reach your right leg forward, but turn your thigh in. We hold for 8. And down. Left leg reaches forward. We turn it in. We hold for 8. Good. Everything comes down. Keep the block. Bring your legs up like you're in a chair pose. Turn your thighs in. Turn both thighs in. Lightly flex your feet. Okay, so it's almost like your feet are going to look a little pigeon-toed here. Okay, there's a little turn in there. Now don't lose the block. Bring your heels as far away as you can. Open them out, but turn your thighs in and hold. Draw your lower back into the mat. Hold for 4. Hold for 3. Hold for 2. Hold for 1. Bring your legs back in. So you're really in a lying down chair pose idea. You're in a lying down chair pose idea. Squeeze the block. Pigeon toe your feet to turn your thighs in at the top. So you're turning your upper thighs into the block, and now take your feet as wide as they can. Draw your low back into the mat. This is really good for the low back. Good, Sandy. Good, Laura. That's it. Come back in. You're in chair pose. Glue your lower back to the mat. Turn your thighs in. Pull your heels apart. You're turning on your outer hips. Good, Stephanie. You're turning on your outer hips. Good. Turn your thighs in. Come back to chair pose. Squeeze the block. Turn your feet and your legs in. I'm saying feet to get you to do your legs. It's really the legs. Good, Lori. Pull your heels out. Hold for 8. Come back into chair. Take a moment. Glue your lower back down. Turn your thighs in. Pull your heels out. Hold for 8. Sometimes when I have you do standing forward fold or chair pose, I'll say to you, pull your heels apart without moving your feet. It's similar to that idea. The outer hips also stabilize your femur bone in your hip socket. So that's another thing for the hips and the low back. Okay, one more. Turn your thighs in. Pull your heels out. Hold for 8, 7, 6, 5. If you find after today's class that this kind of work that we're doing today really helps your lower back, I would say do what we just did, like 2 sets of 10 every day of that work. You can do it we could do it seated in a chair. We could do it in a lot of different ways, but that's kind of a simple way. All right. Take the block out finally, thank God. Let's stretch that area. Cross your right ankle above your left. Let's work it before we stretch it fully. Exhale, hands behind your head. Full body, eye of the needle. Sit up, inhale, tap down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. I'm not pulling my head. I'm reaching my legs to my chest. I'm drawing my ribs in. And then my head just happens to come up. 3, 2. Exhale, hold up. Pulse 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep your hands where they are. Lower your left foot. Keep your legs cross body. Exhale, 8. Cross body, sit up. Good, Julie. 7, 6, 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, draw your left thigh into your chest, eye of the needle stretch. Good, Stephanie. Now the tendency is to kind of fall towards the right, in this case the right leg. You're going the opposite way. So what we're doing with the right hip is the exact opposite of all the things we've been doing. The right hip is now externally rotated, and we've been working internal. Good, Penny. Let your shoulders soften. Weight heavy into your left hip. Good. Drop your left foot, keep eye of the needle, twist to your left. Option A, you're going to hang out here in this nice, lovely hip opening twist. Option B, uncross your legs, come up onto your left forearm. Take your left leg straight. Okay, in this option, option A is going to be keeping your left hip down. Option B is going to be lifting your left hip up. You can make that decision. I'm going to keep the hip down. You're going to tap your right toes behind your thigh. You're going to tap your right knee across your thigh. So it's external rotation, internal rotation. If your hips are lifted, you've now added some pretty spicy core work into the equation. Okay, and shoulder work. We've got 4 more. Tap back, knee taps forward. Foot taps behind the leg, knee taps forward. Foot behind the leg, tap forward. One more time. Good. Come on back into a twist. Take a breath. Give yourself a moment. Good, perfect. Come through center. Come through center. Before we do side 2, exhale, left knee to chest. Roll your ankle out. And the other way. Left leg to the sky. Flex your foot, spread your toes. Good, David, that's it. Just an easy hamstring stretch here for a couple of breaths. Check in with your right foot. Make sure it's not gripping. Good, Lori. Good. Put your left foot down, hug your right knee in, circle your ankle out. Go the other way. Bring your right leg to the sky, flex your foot, spread your toes. Good, Jackie. Cross your right ankle above your left knee. We're going to work the abs while we're opening the hips. No, lies. Left ankle, right leg. Sorry. And it's full body to start. So remember, though, the initiation comes from ribs to hips. So you're not pulling your head up. Exhale, everything together. Inhale, tap down. Could you just do the lower body? You could. I didn't give you that option on side 1, but you could absolutely just do legs to you and not add the head lift. Good. 4. And then we hold and pulse 8. Good. Put your foot down, keep by the needle. Now we're doing across the body 8. 3 more. And now eye of the needle, right thigh to chest, hang out. Put a little bit of weight into your right hip. Deep breaths. and then turn this into a twist. And if you want a softer practice, you're just going to hang out here in this nice hip opening twist. If you want a little more work for the hips and perhaps your abs, you're going to turn onto your side body. Your bottom leg, your right leg will be long. You'll be up on your forearm. You know you can make it a lot harder by lifting your right hip up, and you keep it up the entire time. And then it's internal and external rotation. So the internal is tap your left knee in front of your right thigh, tap your toes behind your right thigh. That's it, Stephanie. Tap in front. It's a little awkward, I'm not going to lie. Tap in front, tap behind, tap in front. So most of us have more external rotation than internal rotation. So that's the internal rotation is a little weird, but we need it to create a balanced hip. 2 and 1. And everybody come back into an easy twist. You need internal and external rotation just to move in the world. So that's part of hip mobility. Every lunge pose that we do in yoga has internal rotation in the back leg. It has other things, but it does also have that. Come on up. So it's part of walking. Part of walking. Okay. Come to hands and knees. And you're going to bring your knees together and take your feet apart. You're going to bring your knees together. You're going to take your feet apart.